This video is for Linda. I want to show you, Linda, how I get my corners the way I like them when I come around the corner when I'm doing my binding. Now I've already sewn it on the back. Remember we talked about that funny little pocket that you create when you do the folding over and you stop right at the stop a quarter of an inch from each edge. You get this little pockety corner. And the way I deal with that now is I've been sewing along here, and I'm coming up to my corner. And when I'm about this far apart, I like to prepare my corner. Okay, so the way I do that is I start over here, believe it or not. I start over here and I bring my binding up and I put a pin in it. And I keep it far enough away from this corner that it doesn't get in my way. And I need to zoom out to show you that. Hang on one sec here. Okay, that might be a little bit better. So I've folded up my binding on this edge, even though my corner's over here. I'm gonna fold this up and put a pin just along this edge. Now, I'm not quite sure why this works, except that it keeps it from pulling too far back when I make my corner. I didn't used to do this, and then I'd come to the corner and it would all fall apart on me. So then I started putting this pin in. I come over here and I just fold this edge up, nice and tidy like that. And I'm going to zoom in again so you can see that a little bit better, hopefully. Okay, so I've folded this up. Now here's the little trick that I do. I put my fingernail right on this edge. I folded this up and I come over here and I put my fingernail right down inside there, all the way down till it's touching the table. Then I lift this part up and fold it over with my fingernail holding that thing down in there. Alright, when this is folded up, I pull my fingernail out and I've got the corner that I want. I stick the tip of a pin in there to hold it. And I hold it just like that while I'm sewing. So now I'm going to start up the machine. I've left it with the needle down and I've come to this point on this edge of the binding and I'm just going to sew it. Okay, and I'm going to keep that needle right there, holding it. It's not a needle, it's a pin. Now I don't know if you can see this. Let me see how the camera looks. It's a lot of reflection. So I'm almost to my corner. I'm keeping that pin right there. I'm going to sew right up to it. I don't want to hit it. There. I'm about a quarter of an inch away and I take it off and sew right over that seam. The needle stops down. You might have to do this with your hand wheel on your machine if you don't have a needle down function. Lift up the foot. Turn my corner. Okay, now because this pin is in here, it stays nice and flat here, which is just what I want. I don't want it coming apart on me. Put the foot back down, and I take about that many stitches, and then I take my pin out, and I'm going to need these two pins when I come to the next corner, so I just put them in the fabric of the quilt for the next corner. I just find that next corner, stick those two pins in so that they don't get lost or fall on the carpet or anything. I just hate that. I've stepped on enough pins in my life. I don't want to do it anymore. So I hope that helps you. I hope you're working on your binding, and I want to see your quilt when it's done. Okay? I'll talk to you soon.